Hello students, this is Catherine Elliott, and I am the examiner for the Practical Experience in Sport and Recreation Management, which is RECN393. The prerequisite to this course is RECN111, and that's semester 2, and this course is also offered in semester 2. If you've not taken the 111, please contact me and let's discuss. I just want to kind of walk you through this page. First, as a semester 2 paper, this is quite unique because we suggest that students work their internship kind of the year prior. So if you're taking this in your 3rd year, you might want to start at the end of your 2nd semester of your 2nd year. Start to get an internship. A lot of students will actually work, it's 120 hours. A lot of students will work that over the course of the summer and maybe even into the 1st semester, so that their hours are finished by the time they start semester 2. You would have to enroll in this class in semester 2, but in some cases I will have given you permission to view the Learn page earlier. And the reason I do that is for you to plan your internship. So I usually have the planning calendar here, so you can see when the holidays are, so you can plan to work over holidays if you're kind of running out of time, if you haven't worked all the hours over the summer prior. I have announcements here. This video is what you're watching, this link here. And the internships on offer, usually I have students look here. If you open it up, this top folder, at the time of this recording, you can see these are all the internships listed. And what I usually have people do, if you click on one of them, this is a Selwyn Aquatic Center, you'll see the internship contract as you scroll down. This is an internship contract. It's already completed. So the first section, I should say, is completed. So you can have a look. You scroll on to page, what is that? Page 5. And you can see what this one is. This one is actually an event planning. You plan a Mother's Day event, and it's about 100 hours. You're actually going from start to finish. So if you're an event planning student, this would be a really good one for you. And your work under the supervisor would be Emma Alston here. There's a contact email there. You can contact Sammy and apply for that. Just send an email, say, hey, I saw the internship and I'd like to apply. You can meet with them. You bring this with you, and you can see the expectations of the supervisor for the intern. And then if you decide, yeah, this is actually what I want, you can go ahead and fill out this section B. This is for your intern, for you to complete, and with expectations you have of the supervisor. I've given you a lot of space because I really want you to be open and really thorough in this section, because this document is graded. It's 15% of your grade. You'll insert your signature. If you're not sure how to do that, directions are below. And you make sure the supervisor signs. You both date when it is, when you both agree to it. You can delete these directions, save it, and then once semester 2 and email it to me so I can have a look at it. Once semester 2 begins, that's when you actually submit this on your Learn page to get marked. But in the meantime, if you're doing hours over the summer, email it to me and I'll check. I'll sign off saying, hey, yep, go ahead and work your hours. This looks good. But if you look at the top of this document, this is a bit of a letter to both of you. And if you're a student, so it tells you should enroll. If you're not on the Learn page, just email me, etc. And the overview of this tells you this is kind of the expectations of the internship. So you can read all of this, and that will give you a bit of a background. But I just wanted to go through. So look through those opportunities, each one of them. I do put an update. So here's the current updated roles, and as they're taken, I do go and delete them. So if it's on there, it's open to apply. Going back to the Learn page, here is the second place to look. These are emails I get, which don't end up getting into like an internship contract like you just saw. Rather, they're just people emailing me. Here's Nicole. I got an email from her saying she wants to discuss an internship. They've got 50 programs in the South Island, a lot of holiday based. So in these cases, I've contacted them, but they say, oh, I really want to talk directly with a student. So in these places, if you see something that sounds good, here, I'm happy to hear from your students. Just copy this email, say, hey, I'm a student, want an internship, what have you got? So if this sounds like something for you, you want to work with kids and in a kind of after school program, this is what you want. In some cases, here's another one. This one's with Linwood area. I think they're doing a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. So just contact these people directly. In some cases, this one, Try Rugby, there's actually, it's Linda is the contact there, and there's several sheets. I've kind of scanned through and popped all the information on there. So contact Linda if you're into rugby. Have a look at this and see what it's all about. Botanic Gardens, actually I think, that one has been completed. That one's been filled. So I'll delete that one. But there's netball and several different opportunities. So have a look at that second. The third one, Christchurch City Council has an official internship page now. So if you click on that link, it'll tell you the stats. Depends on the time of the year. Internships are now closed, but at the end of 2021, they'll have more listed. So that's if you want to get in City Council. Career Hub is another place, so students, all of you, as well as staff, can get in on here and see what opportunities exist. And you can do that whenever. They also have jobs. So I'm not going to go through it now, but there's a search engine. And then the final thing, if you don't see anything and you're like, Catherine, can you give me access to all the business cards you've collected over the years? Well, here you go. So an intern, we had a student do a marketing and promotions internship with Anytime Fitness in Hornby. Her supervisor was Chris Biddle. You probably have to go to the website to find the email. I'm not sure why I don't have it. But if you go through all these, I've hyperlinked some of these as well. If you're into planning parks, you might want to talk to Kelly Hansen. We had a student, she's the manager of the parks planning team. So there's all kinds of stuff. There's DOC, there's not-for-profits, trusts, you name it, all different types of sports. Go through here if you want to work with secondary school kids playing sports. We have all the head of schools listed here. So it's just a matter of finding your interest and sending out a few emails. So just, if you're not sure if your email looks good, flick it through to me. I'll review it and see if it sounds good. Next thing, so that's getting an internship. You want to do that as soon as you're finished second semester of second year. You want to get onto that. And if you can get it before January of your third year, if you can get 60 hours worked, that's the best case scenario. Otherwise, within the school calendar, which I post on here, here's week 1 of university, and here's the semester starts usually end of Feb, and as you go through, in this case, usually we have a 2 or 3 week mid-semester break. You could do 3 times 40 hours a week and get the 120 hours done that way. However, it's really difficult to find an organization who would need 120 hours in 3 weeks. Oftentimes they'll need, 5 to 10 hours a week. So that's why it's really good to start, once you've finished your exams. This is let's say this is the second semester of your second year. Start looking in November what internship opportunities are available. And if you can do some hours between November and February when classes start, you'll be ahead of the game, because getting 120 hours just in semester 2, as some students have found, is next to impossible. So I just wanted to give you a fair warning on that. And then the final thing is, how are you marked for this class? So The first thing is doing the contract, but in some cases the contract templates have already been completed. If you go here, if you go to this first one, the contract, you just have to click one of those, choose one of those, and fill the rest of it out and submit it to me, of course, after you meet your supervisor. So that's worth 15%. And if you want this Excel file, it has the overview. So the contract, it must be completed before you work any hours, and you send it to me. Then when semester 2 starts, you submit it on Learn. 15% for that. You'll do, during the first half of the internship, you'll create a YouTube. You click on this link, you answer a bunch of questions. You'll save a PDF of your submission, and then you'll make a YouTube video and submit that and send the link to me on the Learn page. That's 20%. Then you'll do what's called a two-way feedback. So you'll complete this form here. It's a bit of a survey. And then once you've completed it, you'll actually send that same link to your supervisor, who will complete the same responses. And the idea of that is to see if what you believe you're doing is congruent with what your supervisor believes you're doing in terms of the quality of your work. That's worth 10%. The 60-hour reaction report is for you to kind of write up some, based on the feedback you receive from your supervisor. You read that, and again, that's after you work the 60 hours. You'll read that feedback, and then you'll click here, and you'll fill out some responses, basically saying, was what they said, does that resonate with you in terms of kind of who you are as a person and a professional. That's worth 20%. Critical reflective report is kind of, you can complete that as you go, really, but it's talking about the organization's mission, the vision, their organizational structure, leadership styles, which you learn in RECN393, also decision-making models, and ethics, and which could be considered not just ethics, but kind of a code of ethics. And you'll talk about those things, and that's worth 30%. And the final thing worth 5%, which is compulsory to pass the course, is a timesheet, and you just click on the timesheet tab below. And although these are in gray, I'll just give you an example, but you can change it to black. So you kind of say what you did. If you were doing some brainstorming for a marketing brochure, you say when you did it. The time, maybe you started at 8 and you finished at 3. And then once you enter those in, this is, if you figure out how many minutes that was, and then that automatically calculates into here how many hours. And then from there, it'll give you this calculation that, you've got, you've completed 19 hours so far. So it does it automatically. Yeah, and then you can see how many hours you have remaining. So that shows over here. And then at the end, you'll insert your signature as well as the supervisor, and you'll save that and submit that as your timesheet. So if you have any questions, those are the assignments, those are the breakdowns, how much they're all worth. And if you go back to the Learn page, you'll see each of the assignments are here. Assignment B, once you get to that, you'll click on here and see some slides which take you back to RECN393 as a refresher for when you're doing your critical reflective report, which there's a template here for you. So then you'll kind of submit. Down here under the assignments, here's assignment 1. It's got a bit of everything under each one. So feel free to keep in touch with me. If you want jobs and adventure, there's a link down here. Generate Network is a good thing to sign up for. It's for young professionals in sport and recreation. And if you're not sure, which kind of job you're going to like or internship, there's a little quiz on here that can help guide you. There's also none of this on the very bottom for course credit, but there's some sample CVs and all kinds of things that can kind of, what jobs you might expect, etc.